And we are live. Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy you're here. It's 2 p.m. New York time. No, that's not true. CST. I hope you made it. And let me see. Yes, everything is set up well. I'm happy you're here. In this 5-day workshop, we are going to talk about all the things you want to know if you're a new sleep consultant. So if you're almost certified or you just got certified and you want to set up your business, this is the place you want to be. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Rihanna. I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant. I'm a certified postpartum doula, and I'm the founder of Sleep Consultant Design, where I help sleep consultants start, launch, and grow their business. So today, in this first day of this 5-day workshop, we're going to talk about strategic alignment. But first, I want to say something else. I want to acknowledge you for being here, for showing up, because you could have been doing anything. If you're showing up live or in the replay, you could have done something else, but you're here. And I know that your time is precious. So I want to make sure that I'll give you everything I have, make it super valuable to you. And I want to ask you to make the most of it, because this is the time for you and your business to try to remove any distractions that are going on around you right now and really be present here so we can make the most of it. Okay. Great. Now, there are many of you that are here that are almost certified. There are also a lot of people who I saw signed up who just got certified. And I know there's some people who signed up who are already a couple of years in business, but they still decided to sign up because they know I'm always trying to give as much value as possible. So I'm sure there might be something in it for you as well today and all the days that are coming. And let's get started. And I want to start by sharing something that I learned a couple of years ago, and it has made all the difference in my life, in my business, and especially during times of setback, during moments that I feel like I do all this work and it doesn't seem to work and nothing is changing. I'm not moving forward. I'm not coming closer to the goals that I'm setting. And you might have heard of it, but it's called the emotional cycle of change. So this is a predictable cycle we all go through when we're going through change. And knowing that you are going to start a business, knowing that you become an entrepreneur, and maybe you had a job before or not, it doesn't matter. It's a new thing you're going to start. And it's exciting and it's overwhelming and it's everything in one moment because it's change. And when we go through change, there's a predictable cycle we're going through, and there are 5 different stages. Now, let me see if I can share my image with you. That would be fantastic. And if not, I'll drop it in the comments below. In a bit, let me see if I can add it here. Okay, I'll drop it in the comments below. I'm going to try to explain it as easy as I can. So imagine a trench. You have a top, so that is stage 1. And then a little bit down, stage 2. Then at the bottom of the trench is stage 3. Then stage 4 is a little bit up, and stage 5 is higher than stage 1. And it's back on the top. So you see what I mean? It's like this. So it's kind of a flow like this. And these are the 5 stages you go through when you make a big change. A change like becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business, figuring out all the things that come with starting a business, right? So let me explain, and I'll take you through all these different stages, because when you know what emotions to expect during each stage, it's going to be so much easier to cope with them. Because awareness is everything, right? If you're like, oh, I know, this is this stage. Okay, I know what's going to come next. And then you feel way much more in control of your situation. So the first stage, and this is the stage 1, is uninformed optimism. And this is most likely the stage where I think most of you guys are in right now. It's you came across an opportunity to become a sleep consultant and make a solid income, right? So you do the research, you do the math, you see how much the sleep consultant certification program costs, and you calculate and you're like, oh, if I only have 3 clients a month, I have my investment back. So that's a no-brainer, right? That's a great side hustle. So you're in the stage 1, you get super excited, you want to start as soon as possible. Because in that moment you're at the stage of uninformed optimism. You don't have any idea of the upcoming challenges that are going to come. Because your optimism is based on limited information. And most of the time this information is unrealistic. You don't really grasp yet what's gonna come and what's expected from you, and you really focus on seeing the glass as half full. But then, you get certified, you start building your business, and then challenges start creeping in. How do I find a consistent stream of clients? How do I come across credible? I'm a new sleep consultant, there are so many other sleep consultants around. How can I be different than these other sleep consultants? How do I build a website? How to start the content creation? How to do overwhelm. If you're in this stage right now, know that you're in stage 2. And it is super normal. You thought that three clients a month, that would be super doable. But you didn't realize the amount of work it takes to actually get those 3 clients, right? So that is stage 2. That's the stage of informed pessimism. So in this stage, you start getting a way much better picture and a way much better understanding of the reality of what it takes to create that sleep consulting business. And this stage 2, this stage is a shift to a more negative emotional state. So again, if you're in this stage, it's completely normal. Whatever you do in life, whatever you do in business, you keep going through these cycles. It's completely normal. And what you feel most likely when you're in this stage 2 is that you feel like your dreams, your vision, everything is pushed further and further away, and you start becoming scared. Did you make the right decision? Can you make this work? Are you the right person to make this work? Because you put in all this energy, all this time, money maybe as well, and you don't see any results. So you start asking, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if it's not making me happy? In this phase, you start taking action because you understand that success is not certain and you need to do something for it. But it's also the stage where you start doubting and questioning yourself. And then you move on to the bottom. And that is the valley of despair. That is stage 3. This is the lowest part of the emotional cycle. And maybe you're in this part right now. This is why many people throw in the towel. Because they have fears, they have doubts, they feel discouraged. And this pessimism is so high. And those things are the main emotions. So the easiest way out, what is that? Is to quit, to give up. And at this point, you suddenly think back on that situation you were when you were at stage 1, and you were like, I'm done with this 9-to-5 job. Or I want to contribute to this family and make some income. Or I want to have more freedom and start traveling. Whatever it was that got you excited to start this business as a sleep consultant, that is the moment here that you look back and think, that 9-to-5 is not too bad. Having all that time for my kids or to travel without being busy with work and entrepreneurship and business wasn't that bad, actually. And you make it look better than it was when you were in this stage. And so even though you were at this stage and you swear, I'm going to quit, I'm going to make this business, I'm going to make this happen. Even though you swear this to yourself, you made that promise, and maybe even to your partner, yeah, I'm going to invest this money because I'm going to make it back. And you're at this stage, and now you're at a crucial point. Because what's happening, and you see this, start looking around, you'll see that yourself as well. If you quit at this moment, you start all the way back to stage 1. And what happens? You're here, you're feeling down, you see something else popping up, another shiny opportunity, maybe affiliate marketing, maybe another side hustle or something, and you're like, oh, but that's gonna be it. This was just not for me. You quit, you go back to stage 1, and you go exactly through the same 3 stages. And whatever you choose, whatever shiny object you see, you end up back again at the valley of despair. Because this is how it works. This is the cycle of change. This is what, maybe this also, you need to go through this to come out stronger. And if you keep doing that, you never really achieve anything. You just keep going back to stage 1, suffer in stage 2, stage 3, feeling so giving up on everything, and bam, go back to stage 1 and being excited again, and then feeling demotivated, and you get the point. So with the 3 foundational elements for strategic alignment that I'm going to share with you today, I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you to have the tools and the motivation to push through this stage and not go to stage 1, but moving forward to stage 4. And this is about doing the work, taking action, and then you start seeing progress, and you leave the valley of despair towards a more positive emotional state. You see, we're going up again, and you go to stage 4. And stage 4 is the informed optimism stage. Now you see that success is coming closer. Maybe you're not making profit enough yet, but it's coming closer, and you see that it's possible. And you see that whatever work you're putting in, it starts taking off. You can enjoy the fruits of it. And the sacrifices that you have to put in to make this business happen start feeling less and less and less. Where in the beginning, in stage 2 and stage 3, you felt like, I did this to get more freedom and I have no freedom at all. Now you start seeing, oh wait, it starts paying off. You see the long-term game that you've been playing. And the crucial thing now in stage 4 is to keep moving, stay focused, whatever works, keep doing that, and focus on the progress. Because this summit of stage 5 may still feel very far away. And sometimes you will have setbacks and you slide a little bit back, close to the valley of despair, and you climb back up because you now had like a little sense of what this feels like in stage 4, right? And so stage 4 is really about learning the process, enjoying the process, and sticking to your plan and moving up, up, up. And then you arrive at stage 5. And that is it. You made it. When you arrive in stage 5, you've pushed through all the hardship, all the challenges, and you didn't give up. You delayed gratification. You looked for the long-term wins and not the short-term wins. And now you have a thriving business. And you feel proud, you feel fulfilled. You made all those dreams true that you thought about in stage 1. And now you're there. That's when people say like, oh, it's an overnight success. There are no overnight success. This is where we all have to go through. Now, most people, like I said already, they give up in stage 3, in the valley of despair, and they never reach success. They look for something easy and effortless and certain. So they end up back to stage 1. And just know that you will never find it. It's not like that. You need to go through this cycle. And then it might take years for that last part to come at that last stage. And that's why it's so important to focus on the process of getting there, on the meaningful pursuit, rather than on the outcome. Because if you focus on the outcome, it's going to feel so far away that you're going to feel demotivated. So I said already, knowing where you are on this cycle, that can be a huge help to stay focused and deal with your emotions so that you're aware, okay, wait, I'm in this stage. It's normal that I feel like this, normal that I think like this. I have 2 choices. I can give up and fall back to stage 1, or I push through because I know this is worth it. So the big question here is, how do you get yourself from phase 3 to phase 4? And the answer is actually simple. And it's not having an amazing sleep consulting package or a very unique onboarding process or being super clear on your target audience. Yes, it's all very important, but not the most important. The most important is that you need to be in complete alignment with what you're doing. So let me put this to the test. I have worked with hundreds of sleep consultants by now, and I can assure you that 90% of you who are watching right now will be opening a social media account or have opened already a social media account, maybe posted 1 or 2 posts already, and that can be Instagram, can be Facebook, for the brave ones can be YouTube. And now let me ask you this and be completely honest. How many times are you planning to post? So write down that number. How many times a day? How many times a week? How many times a month? I don't care what it is. But write that down now on a piece of paper. Don't overthink it. Just stick to the first number that comes up to you. Really, do it. Don't have to write it in the comments, don't have to write it just for yourself. This is a workshop, this is not a webinar. I want you to be active and make it as practical as possible, because if we involve our body and our emotions in it, this is when things stick better and stick way much longer. So, got your number? If you're watching the replay and you don't get your number, put it on pause, think about it. Okay, and then let's go. Now, I'm gonna ask you, whatever number you chose, can you promise me to do that? Can you promise me that? Some of you probably back out already. Okay, listen, for the people who are still there. Next question. Can you promise me that you're gonna do that amount of posting that you told me, that you wrote down on a piece of paper, for at least 3 months? Yes or no? It's that simple. No maybes. Okay, a couple of more people probably back out. Now, there are still some people left who are like, yeah, I can do that for 3 months. Next question. Can you promise me to do that with your hand on your heart for the next 12 months? And if you say yes at this moment, okay, maybe you cannot say the word guarantee, but you're going to be a successful sleep consultant with a thriving business. Now, of course, it is a bit more nuanced than that. It's not just the quantity, it's also about the quality. It's just as important, of course. But what I want to say here is that if you show up consistently, even if it would be 1 post a week, you will outwork anybody. If you do that for 12 months, you will outwork anybody who posts 3 times a day for 2 months and then burns out. So in quantity, they might have more posts, but they didn't play the long-term game. So keep this in mind. This is what I said with alignment. Why do they burn out? Because it's not aligned with them, with their lifestyle, with their business, their marketing strategy, with nothing that they're doing. Otherwise, they would not burn out after 2 months. So again, always come back. Can I do this for 12 months? If yes, commit to it and go for it. And then all the extra things you're doing, amazing. But commit to something for 12 months. Now, Instagram, Facebook, social media is just one marketing strategy, okay? We're gonna talk way much more about this on Thursday, because I feel a lot of sleep consultants are still focused that this is the only way to get clients. And this is a very challenging way to get clients. And on Thursday, on the day 4, I'm gonna show some other possibilities to creating clients that don't have to do with social media. So the question we wanna answer today, and before we do anything else, is how do you keep yourself going when you're in the valley of despair to push through to go to stage 4, right? I'm sorry to tell you, I said it before, everybody is gonna go through it. Even though you're now in stage 1, you're like, that's not happening to me. I have everything figured it out. My husband is a web designer. He can make my website. It's all gonna be amazing. No, it's just not like that. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's not that beautiful website that is going to push you from stage 3 to stage 4. It's not that beautiful sleep plan template that you created. It's none of that. You get out of the valley of despair if you have the following 3 things in place. And these are the ones that I'm going to share today with you. And the first one is, you need to have a freaking big why. So grab again your pen and paper. And I want you to write down the answer to the following question. And if you signed up for my Business Booster program, you've seen this passing by, this exercise. It's so powerful. Do it again. It doesn't matter. We're now talking about now. You know, things, emotions, goals, dreams change. So do it again. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down the answer to the following question. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? Write it down. Why? It can be a couple of words, can be a sentence. Okay. Now answer the following question, right underneath it. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? It's the same question, but I want to have a different answer. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? Come up with something else. Why is it? Like I said, a couple of words, a sentence, whatever works for you. And we're going to go to the next question. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? Write it down. Different answer this time. Okay, we're going to go one level deeper. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? Write it down. And if you're driving in a car and you're listening now in the background, think about it. Say it out loud. Come up with a different answer than you gave in the other three. Why do you want to become a sleep consultant? And again, why do you want to become a sleep consultant? I want you to write down another answer. Now you probably started, look back at your first answer, with something about helping other families get the rest they need. Something in that area, right? We want to do something good in the world. I hope you ended your last answer, look at that. Is that something about you? What's in it for you? Does it say something about more freedom, more money? Hey, nothing wrong with more money. More holidays, more time with your kids, with your partner, with your friends. Is that last answer? Does that say something about what's in it for you? If not, I want you to write a final answer and make it something that is in it for you. What do you get out of this? If you want to call it selfish, you can. I don't think it's selfish. Because this is your why. This is the only thing that's gonna get you from stage 3 to stage 4. The only thing. Helping other families, great. But if you have a family and your kids are in the next door room playing and you're sitting here trying to make your business work and you're in stage 3 and it's hard and it doesn't work and it costs you time and energy and your kids are there, wouldn't you rather be in that room and play with them like you did before and having all the time of the world for them? Doesn't make sense, right? When you're in stage 1 and thought, I want to have more freedom, I'm done with this 9 to 5. So you get this certification, you go through the stages and you come in stage 3 and you're like sitting the whole day behind your computer making it work and you're like, this is not why I wanted to become a sleep consultant, I wanted to have more freedom. And you feel like you want to go back to that 9 to 5 job, so at least in the evening you could see your friends. You see, it's not helping other people, doing good for the world. It's amazing, very important. That can be your outside vision, mission, whatever it is. But you need to have a freaking big why that picks you up. And so this is why this word, this sentence that you wrote down as the last one, I want you to write it in big letters. Hang it on your fridge, hang it above your laptop, make a screensaver of it, whatever you do. Make sure it's in your face the whole time. This is why you do it. This should be on top of your mind. Because too often we are focused on, yeah, but it's about the clients and it's about their problem and then what is the solution that I can offer? Great. But those things will not get you out of the valley of despair. When you're feeling stuck, when nothing is working, your why is the most important thing you should know and hold on to for dear life. Because this is why you do all of this for. This is why you're helping families. Okay? Let me ask you something else. What is the chance of you making $1 million this year? So how many months do we have left? October, November, 3 months. Okay. What is the chance of you making $1 million this year? Write it down. Or say it out loud. If you cannot write it down right now. How much is the percentage? 10, 5, 0? Probably 0. That's, I guess, what most of you is going to say. Now, I'm going to give you the most extreme example that you can think about. But I just want you to see what this does with you. So I'm going to ask the question again. What is the chance of you making $1 million this year legally? And if you don't, everyone you love dies. How big is the percentage? 100%? Why? How come? I mean, the goal didn't change. It's still $1 million. The time frame didn't change. It's still 3 months. How come suddenly you see it possible at 100%? You know why? Because now, when you wake up in the morning, if this is what happened today, tomorrow morning you wake up, are you going to scroll on TikTok? Are you going to waste your time chatting with people that are not energizing you, that are not supporting you in making this happen? You have 3 months left, right? No, of course not. Like I said, this is a super extreme example, but I hope you get my point. It's not about the goal, it's not about the timeline. Your why is everything. And if your why is not big enough, it will not help you climb out of the valley of despair. When that time comes, when you work hard, but nothing seems to work. Okay? So why? That is part 1 of the foundation of strategic alignment. There's so many steps that are coming after it that I'm going through with my clients. But today I want to share the first 3, the foundation. This is what you need to know. This is to stay in alignment. So we have our why. Part 2 is your guiding principles. Because there are things, guiding principles are the things that you want to be known for. If you want to call them your values, your core values, that can be it, because most of them, your guiding principles, your values are the same in your life as in your business. Somehow it's overlapping because it's something that you stand for. The things that are important to you, the things you want to be known for. And that is the big question here. What do you want to be known for? So grab your pen and paper again and write down some things. What do you want to be known for? Some words. Brainstorm. Just drop everything on a piece of paper. Write down some nouns, some words, some verbs. What do you want to be known for? If it's more easy to think about your business and for your clients, go do that. You'll see the overlap later with life and business. So what do you want to be known for? And I might go too fast right now. I know you can always go back to the replay, put it on pause, or after this session you do another brainstorm session, you reflect on what we've been talking about today. When you have some words on paper, then circle 1, 2, or 3, no more than 3. Circle some words that you feel like, oh yeah, this is very important to me. This is what I want to be known for. So I can give you an example. For me, it is simplicity, speed, and excellence. Those are my 3 guiding principles. Now the cool thing is that the guiding principles are not only what you want to be known for, but they also give you directions when you're at a crossroad, when you need to make a decision. For example, when I'm creating a new course, I'm thinking the whole time, is this the most simple way that I can explain it? Is this the fastest way for them to put this in practice? Is this the easiest way to make it look super professional? Because those are my guiding principles. Or, for example, I get often requests from sleep consultant certification programs. They want me to host workshops or webinars and teach their students in their certification program. Now, if I'm getting an email from one person and then an email from another person and the whole process seems to be very complicated, it's not easy, I would back out. I would say no. It's a great opportunity, but my reputation is everything, and my reputation are my guiding principles. I want all my clients, everybody who sees me, think about, oh, that sounds simple. Oh, that looks beautiful. And that goes fast, like I can do something right now. And if this certification program is not having the same values as I have, but I would show up in their certification program, and you can just think about the idea of working with, collaborating with somebody, or if you're getting invited to do a webinar for somebody else, another company that is related to your sleep consultant business. Think about it like this. If people have a certain image of these people that are hosting this certification program, the moment I show up there, they're gonna put me in the same box. Even though I don't belong there. Even though this is not the way I communicate. It's because they made an image, they created an image of this person and they connect me now to it. I don't do that. I'm very protective. And why? Because I'm clear. My guiding principles told me, okay, this doesn't feel like it's aligned with my values, with my principles. This is not gonna happen. And you can say that kindly, of course. So another thing is, for example, if I'm scrolling on Instagram and I see a marketing guru who says, post 3 times a day because that will help with the algorithm. I look at that and I know it's not aligned with me because it's not according my values, my principles. Again, it's always coming back to having this alignment. Because posting 3 times a day will take so much out of time of my day and me out of the flow. So this is a marketing strategy that would not work for me. And again, like I said, on Thursday we're going to talk more about it. There are so many different marketing strategies. So don't jump onto the first thing that you see. Make sure that you have your why, your guiding principles, and you're gonna know if it's aligned or not. Or before I create a sleep plan template, for example, and before I send it out, if it's a custom sleep plan template, or even the templates that are in my shop, I'm looking at it and it's like, is this the best I can do? Is this the highest quality? Then I put it out. If not, I work another day on it, if that's necessary. Because it's my reputation. It's what I want to be known for. Now you see, everything that I do is according my guiding principles. But these are not things that I share or talk about. I explain it now to you to give an example, but I'm never saying like, my guiding principle, my values are speed, simplicity, excellence. I don't say that. Because it's about how you show up. It's about what you do. It's about what people say about you. And this automatically happens, and then you know you're on the right track. If you scroll through my Google reviews, you see these words of speed, simplicity, excellence in different variations passing by that people are saying. Like, whoa, this was such a smooth process. Well, Rihanna really listened to what I wanted and she made it even better than I could have imagined. Or she was so fast. Like within a couple of days, I had the first draft of my website already. So people reflecting back to you if you're on the right track. And if not, if people say, yeah, it was a bit complicated, but we figured it out. And my value is simplicity. I know there is work to do. But again, it will not happen. If you are clear in your guiding principles, it would never reflect back that you're not doing it. If you're following it, otherwise you're out of alignment. That is very, very clear then. So we have our why, we're guiding principles, and then we have one more part for the foundation of the strategic alignment. And this is one of the biggest markers that's going to tell me if you are going to be successful or not. So I'm very curious if you're watching live right now, and if you're watching the replay, drop it in the chat as well, or in the comments. What do you think this is? So we have our why, guiding principles. What do you think is the third thing, the biggest marker, that's going to tell me, if I would look at what you're doing, is going to tell me that you're going to be successful or not? What do you think? If you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's perfectly fine. Then I'm just going to share it. And that is your environment, the people around you. And before I explain this to you, again, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen. And I want you to write down the name of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Really don't skip this exercise. Write this down. The 5 people you spend the most time with. Most likely at least 1 or 2 family members. And then who are the other people? And you can see it as a week basis or a month, depending on how social you are, of course. So the 5 people you spend the most time with. Okay, and now what I want you to do is write down a plus behind their name if they are excited for you taking on this venture of becoming a sleep consultant, building this business. If they listen to what you share, what you're going through, if they are supportive, they're supporting you, and they can support you with giving you suggestions and tips, or they can support you with babysitting or taking over some tasks. So put a plus behind their name if they are those people, and put a minus behind the name. This is no judgment. I'll come back to that in a bit. It's just for you to get very clear on what your environment looks like right now. Put a minus behind their name if they are not like that. If they question your choices. If they question your decisions. If they are worried about you for all the things that you have to give up for building this business right now. Is that a minus? Put a heart if you don't feel like you want to put a minus behind their name. Okay, when you've done that, like I said already, this is not at all judgment towards them. This is not you being better than them, or this is just an observation. The thing is, if you want to become a successful sleep consultant, you need to have people around you that will take you there. Because otherwise, it's very easy to stay stuck in the valley of despair, get these comments, and go back to stage 1. And you'll never get through this. You probably have heard that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And why? Because those people shape who you are. Their thoughts, their ideas, their perspective of the world, everything enters your system. So they determine which topics dominate your attention. If they are excited for you, they're going to say things like, you're going to be so helpful to other people. You're such an inspiration for taking this leap into entrepreneurship. I'm so excited for you. Or they say, can I do something to support you? Or they even come to you and say, I know you're becoming a sleep consultant and starting this business, and you know, my friend is a lawyer and maybe he can help you with setting up the contracts and things. Those are the people, the inspiring people. You want to have them around you. Because people who are not like that, they are projecting their worries and their story onto you. And they might say things like, that must be hard, not having so much time for your kids anymore. And now you're the whole time trying to make your business happen. Or, oh, I could never have my neighbor pick up my kids while I'm at home working on my computer to make my business. Or, you quit your 9 to 5 with no certainty of an income and your partner supports that? You hear that there is judgment in it, but don't see it as judgment. It's fears. It's their worries. It's their concerns, it's their perspective, their story that they are stuck in. You don't want that to project on you. Because I know when you saw that blog advertisement, something coming up for becoming a sleep consultant, you looked at that and like, this is for me, this is me. And suddenly they talk you out of that. You don't want that. They put guilt into you and confusion. And those people are hurting the chances of success for you and your business. Your success literally depends on the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, you don't have to kick them out of your life or tell them, no, you're not good enough for me, I need to spend time with other people, and you don't have to do this so extreme. But there are only 2 options right now. Because you want to make sure that the 5 people around you that you spend the most time with are inspiring, are supporting you, are making you get to that next level. And preferably people who are even further than you, people who you can follow and get inspired by. So for each person on your list with a minus, with a heart, whatever you chose to do, you could do 2 things. Either decide to spend less time with them, they're probably gonna notice and they're gonna ask questions, just be mindful of that. Or you keep spending the same amount of time with them, but you add in a new person, that is a plus, and you spend even more time with that person. So automatically, this person with the minus or with the heart is getting to the 6th position. They are not in your top 5 of people you spend most of your time with. So then the question is, are you brave enough to cut ties with the people who are holding you back? And like I said, cutting ties doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm done with you and never want to see you. It can be removing a certain amount of time. Because those people, if they make you feel drained after hanging out with them, if they don't inspire you, if they're holding you back and they're not aligned with your values, you need to remove them from your 5 people list. Okay. Yeah, nice. I've done that and now I have only 1 person on my list. Now I have a problem. Or 2, or 3. Yeah, there are going to be some gaps coming up. And this is what I want to address now. Because you want to keep 5 people who are inspiring you, who are supporting you on your list. So let me ask you this. And again, write it down. Put it on a piece of paper. What type of people do you need in your life? Do you need to get this business from the ground up? Do you need to get yourself from 3 to stage 4? The moment you're going to arrive there, maybe you're still in stage 1, but be prepared. You need people that are guiding you. Your environment is super important to make this sleep consulting business successful. So write down some characteristics, their vibe, their energy, their thoughts, maybe their network, their connections, their skills, whatever it is. Write it down. And it can be people you know, but you can also just write some words down of people you would like to have in your 5 people list. What is their vibe? What is their energy? How do they show up in the world? Do they have a business themselves? Do they have skills that could benefit your business? And they have a good energy. You know, there's no point in thinking about how pretty you're going to make your Instagram account and your Instagram grid, or how pretty your website is going to be, if you have not a clear strategy, a clear plan to get you from stage 3 to stage 4, to get you out of the valley of despair. All of that other stuff doesn't matter. So before you start, before you get into it, and especially if you're still in stage 1, build this out. Have your why, your guiding principles. Make sure your environment is set up that you're gonna push through that when things are getting hard. Okay, so you wrote some characteristics, or maybe you wrote some names from people that you're like, oh, I would love to have that person in my life because she's really gonna give me like this energy and this feeling of like pushing and motivation and supporting me. Now, I want you to write down, we're gonna make one more list, and this is about you. Who do you need to be to have those type of people be of interest to join your circle? Because if you're going to spend a lot of time with them, that means that you suddenly pop up on their probably top 5 list of people that you spend most of the time with. So why would they let you in? What do you have to offer? Who do you need to be? What do you need to, how do you need to show up that those people actually want you to be part of their circle and then want to be part of your circle? And this can be very confronting because it's not just take. And you'll see this is how we build a business. We give value. We show up in a certain way that we attract those people. So who do you need to be? What do you need to do? How do you need to show up? What do you need to change to be of that high vibration, that high energy, that excitement, so that the moment you're going to be in a valley of despair and you're going to be down and demotivated, they're going to think back, oh no, wait, she's not normally like this. I'm going to get her through it. And they want to. You know that friend that is always there for you, and then one day she calls you, breaks up with her partner, or something bad happens. You're going to pick her up because you know she is down right now, because you can see the difference, right? So the valley of despair, we cannot avoid it. I've built multiple businesses in different industries, and this phase 3 always comes back into my face. But I push through because I know what's on the other side. I've experienced all these phases. I know the moment I come in phase 2, oh, it's gonna get even harder. I think I'm down now. I think that it's hard now. It's gonna get harder. And when I get there, yeah, you see, stage 3. Okay, I have 2 choices. Go back, find something else and start a new business, which is fun. It's just the beginning part. Or I push through and make this happen. And I want you to be that person who has everything in place to say, I know where I am right now, and this sucks, but I also know how to get out of it. Because I'm freaking clear on my why. This is what I do it for, and look back on that piece of paper. I know my guiding principles, so I'm not going to change my plan. I'm sticking to it. I know what I'm doing, how I want to show up. This feels good. And I've built an environment that's going to help me, that's going to pick me up, it's going to support me, that's going to be there, that's going to inspire me to get out of this. So, tomorrow, in day 2, we're going to talk about all the legal requirements that come with running a sleep consulting business. But before you join that call, I want you to get very, very crystal clear on those 3 things and start taking action on it already. If you have the value of compassion, whatever it is, start showing it. Start making that the thing that you always fall back to. Kindness, professionalism, whatever it is. So figure out your why. Get your 1, 2, or 3 guiding principles. And start thinking about your environment and start thinking about what changes do you need to make right now to build that group of 5 people that are gonna get you out of that valley of despair. This was day 1. Please let me know in the comments, what was your biggest insight of today's session? I would really love to know, because this is helping me creating future workshops as well. I really, I can talk here about all the steps that you need to do on how to build a business, how to build a website, but if you don't have the foundation, and like I said, I'm working with hundreds of sleep consultants each year again to start, launch, and grow their business. And the ones that are not succeeding are the ones that are struggling and come to me. Those are the ones who don't have this foundation in place. They have no clarity on this part, their own part, not the part about their ideal client, their own part. So make sure you figure this out, and then I'm very much looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 2, and we're going to talk about all the legal requirements that I can think of that are going to be helpful for your sleep consulting business. So see you tomorrow. Bye.